today's event. I'm a little bit nervous, and I think it's a little bit by my version, but a huge nervous by our participants. I combine their issues inside me. That's why this strange situation in my mind. Yes, you can sit here. So, before we are deep dive to our projects, I want to deep dive to our program, because we are happy to invite you not only to our demo day, but to all our long story of this half a year. I'm starting with our main goal, which we are thinking about before we start this program. Today we have the final part. But when we are thinking about that with our partners, with the Ukrainian Startup Fund, with Berkeley Haas Entrepreneurship, we're thinking about the big goal, how we can help and support our scientists in our country, how we can support their projects and their ideas. And that's why we are decided to create this acceleration program. We are doing our best and selected 12 teams from all over Ukraine. We covered from east to west, different regions, and it's not only about our applicants, but of course about our finalists. We going through these 20 weeks of our intensive work. It was not only group work with workshops or their statuses, but also some individual work of the teams, of course, and with their advisors, mentors, and experts. And I'm, of course, happy to present you, and thanks a lot to all of our experts, because it's a huge team of big minds, not only from Ukraine, but abroad too. And these people provide their knowledge and their background to support our teams. I'm happy that we are going from the very, very early stage with the review and these ideas, deep dive with strategic development, and package these ideas into real projects, commercialize these projects. Someone get their pivots, and that's okay. Someone not, but they have a great progress during this half a year. I want to thank all of our team mentors, because these advisors, their input is incredible, actually, because our teams also thanks for them, and we are with the partners too. Additional thank you from my side and from SET University to all of our partners, again, to the Ukrainian Startup Fund, to Berkeley Haas Entrepreneurship, and of course to our partners, to our fund, Ukrainian Moldova International Fund. We are happy to our another part of partners, and it's international partners too, because we are supported by not only Ministry of Digital Transformation and Ministry of Science and Education, but also of RIS Community Hub. And I'm happy that we are combining our knowledge and background and bring our best to this program. Thank you very much that you are here today. Yes, please, sit. We're bringing together not only with scientific world, but of course with the real world from business, from corporates, from international funds today. And before we start, I want to welcome our speakers. And the first one will give to this floor online, today online, but I'm happy to announce Mikhailo Fedorov, who are Deputy Minister and Minister of of the Ministry of Digital Transformation, sorry. Yes, can we go into the hours?
Вітаю всіх фіналістів програми. Кожен із вас уже набув важливого досвіду і досягнув прогресу в розвитку власних проєктів. Але попереду ще цікавіший шлях. Наука є надважливою для нашої країни. Вона створює нові можливості для розвитку інновацій та формує наше майбутнє. Сьогодні 10 команд презентують власні проекти, які покращують якість життя людей, сприяють економічному зростанню та розв'язують актуальні проблеми суспільства. Ця програма – яскравий приклад взаємодії держави, представників техекосистеми, бізнесу, стартапів, науковців, інвесторів і міжнародних партнерів. А ще можливість розвинути міжнародний імідж України як технологічної та креативної країни з потужним науковим потенціалом і інноваційними рішеннями. Тож хочу звернутися до представників венчурних фондів та корпорацій. Ваша підтримка і допомога стартапам є ключовою для розвитку діптех в Україні. Це інвестиція не лише в конкретні проекти, а й у майбутнє нашої держави. Хочу подякувати організаторам і партнерам за реалізацію цієї важливої програми і, звичайно, вдячний нашим учасникам. Ваша неймовірна робота, активність та енергія вражають. Бажаю вам успішного виходу на ринок. Ви – майбутнє української науки та інновацій. Слава!
Слава Україні! The next one who I want to welcome to this stage will be Anton Vasyuk, Director of Innovation, Education and Entrepreneurship at the Ukrainian Moldova American Enterprise Fund.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to keep it brief. I want to thank, first off, Irina, Jane, and the whole team at SET University for taking this initiative to tackle, I think, something that has been always on the forefront of science and commercialization and what people think about Ukraine. There's always this sentiment that Ukraine has very powerful academic centers, but no one's been able to go in there and really commercialize the products, the IP, to the point where people look on the international market and say, that was a Ukrainian invention. And so I want to thank again SET University for putting together a program like this that addresses one of the core, I think, beliefs that people have about Ukraine. And I'm very excited to see the teams that are going to be presenting today. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anton. The next welcome word will be from Irina Volnitska, the president of SET University. Ira, please, the stage is yours.
Hi. I will be even shorter than Anton, so we will show you a masterclass how to pitch. Thank you so much for coming today. Yes, that you found time and you came to support us. Thanks to the teams for the work you did. A good job, that's what I heard from Jane, and we will have a chance to see it today. And of course, thank you to everyone who supports us. And for the teams, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Ira. And of course, I'm welcome to this stage Evelina Holovanova. Evelina, sorry. Yes, coordinator from Ukrainian Startup Fund.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks a lot for coming today. Actually, I want to thank a lot to my team, to Ukrainian Startup Fund team, to our partners, because it's a great journey that everyone has done. 20 weeks of heartful work, of mentorship sessions, etc. I hope that you will show everyone your skills and the result of this amazing journey today. So I wish good luck for everyone. And I hope that your journey with the Ukrainian Startup Fund will never end, because it is the final day of this amazing program. But our programs regarding the grants, etc., are open for you. So see you next time with the Ukrainian Startup Fund, and thanks a lot for this amazing event. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I'm really thankful to all of you, dear speakers and dear guests. I want to deep dive, of course, to our projects. But before that, we'll have additional fireside chat with a prominent project. Because as for me, that's a great example of the Ukrainian mix of scientific work, of real academia, and startup-minded people. And that's why I'm welcoming to this stage our next guest, Alexey Shaldenko, founder of Startup Wanted. Зараз.
Hello.
So, Alexey, hi. We're having very diverse audience today, but of course, most of them, they have an academia background, And that's why you are here, and that's why tell us more, because not everyone know about the Wanted Startup, and why I talk about you and your team and this specific and unique combining of academia and startup-minded people.
Yeah, so colleagues, hi. I'm Associate Professor at Kyiv Polytechnical Institute. I've been teaching for 10 years, PhD in computer science and also computational physics. And at one end, before this, I would say, entrepreneurship experience, I've been, I would say, focusing on content creation sphere. I was visual effects supervisor. I've done a lot of research work, and but I was fed up of it. If to be honest, I worked with Hollywood projects. At that time, my last project was Call of Duty for Activision Blizzard. And you know, I wanted something new, and at that time met a French startup founder, and he was very pro-Ukrainian and asked me, okay, can you gather a research team for my startup? And I was, okay, I can gather my best students. And it was, you know, very, I would say, inspiring year, because we dived into neural networks at the time, and I've done a lot of research for facial animation, body animation, vocal commands, but unfortunately they haven't raced around. They competed with Unreal Engine. Yeah, sometimes shit happens. Sorry, but the time, okay, in front of me was a choice. Okay, stop working with this team, or maybe go with my idea based on my experience from content creation and how we can leverage AI and our knowledge. So we dived into, decided, okay, we can, the initial idea was to track audience engagement using neural networks. And we even equipped Oscar Cinema Hall at Gulliver with infrared cameras, and we start training our neural networks to analyze emotional engagement, emotions. There is also intention, spend a lot of parameters. And you know, I was always passionate about content, like storytelling and AI right now. This research, this unique combination of expertise drives my, I would say, drives me when I face all the challenges, which I will share soon. So we dived into this. I invested my money that time. But you know, we faced elections, president elections, after that parliament elections, and after that, during this time, you know, nobody wants to invest during elections. Okay, we went to the conferences. After that, we found some first angel investments, and COVID came. Another challenge during COVID, especially when you are deep tech, you're trying to change whole industry, disrupt it, I would say, and but companies don't invest in research or any they cut budgets for any innovations. So for me as a person from academia, I would say it was always a challenge how to find the best way to commercialize the product, how to understand the client, how to understand their needs. All, you know, I'm sure that you had a great mentors that shared a lot of knowledge and experience, because for academia people with this mindset, it's always hard to understand business and people from the business, especially when you want to work with corporates, for example, B2B. For us, I would say that in parallel that all the research is super long, and all the decisions in the corporates always long. But you need to have this passion. And this, I would say that time in 2020, when COVID came, I was here, and we were in the first batch of Nest Bootcamp. It was an acceleration program by Unit City, and one of the mentor, I would say now advisor, Rick Rasmussen. He's professor at Berkeley. He shared a lot of experience and I would say shaped my mind from academia to businessman, like to the founder mindset. And I would say that whole acceleration, and I would say it's the best way to develop yourself, to gather feedback. It's all about feedback, and try to not to avoid mistakes. And for founders, especially when you have team, for example, right now we have 15 people. During the war we grow 2 times. Now we are signing the biggest clients in the world, like super, like I can't share these names because of the NDA, but it's a big media companies or agencies. And what's in current communication, they're impressed by what we do. And I'm super, I would say, proud because this was produced and developed in Ukraine. And last October, I was introduced to one of the most famous researchers in Hollywood, and the comment was, "Who's that people from Ukraine? What they do know about entertainment?" In 4 months, I received a message like endorsement. I'm impressed by your recommendations in biotech. So it's a long way. If you believe in what you do and you get a great team around yourself, it will be, success will come. But as a research people, you should do a lot of work.
If we try to just cut all this long-term period into different shortcuts. So let's start from this moment. How do you balance this academic and scientific role, because it's like not the past, but it's a real-time role too, with this startup and your founder's role, because it's not too strange, but it's really strange for Ukrainians, but also it's too hard to combine it. So how do you divide these roles, or not to divide?
I would say that it's super hard, but for me, working at university and do research work together with my CTO, a co-founder and head of AI, they were my students. Right now they defended their PhD. By the way, one of them, it's a student at SET University, second education. So he's PhD and also second education and also CTO. So maybe he should present it today how hard it is. So I will say that first of all, I have experience of 10 years, so I understand how to prepare for the lectures. Sometimes you don't prepare because it's all your knowledge. You have this experience, and I would say it's motivates. It's super energetic, and especially having this mission to share with students, young people, your experience, your motivation, and even change and do some revolutions in terms of how you teach. So I would say, for example, at university I have 95% of presence of the students at my lectures, and it makes me proud of myself, my ego, and that's also the way how I can also having this I would say satisfaction gives me energy to working hard like this. Emails. I would say
so
founders.
You just transform this resource. Okay. Yeah. And of course, I'm mentioning that some of our finalists who are pitching today, who will pitch today, actually they are pivoting during their program. How many times do you pivoting?
I will say it was one time because of the COVID. That time we focused on testing content in cinema halls, and when COVID came, we switched to digital. And right now, our main product is a web platform where any type of client, like agency or like media company, can test content, like it's advertisement, TV shows, trailers, We've done some research for political campaign in the US, by the way. I would say that this pivot is because you understand, okay, this industry doesn't work. You can't generate revenue, you can't grow. And we have ambition to be a unicorn. We have this ambition. So, and you are just, and each step for the founder, you should always analyze strengths, weaknesses, and what the next for you to grow. Because if you want to be investable, you should show growth. But for deep tech startups, it's always it's a huge challenge because, for example, we were 3 years at pre-revenue stage, and also, it's about how you communicate with investors, how you apply for, of course, for grants. But if you apply for grants, you have reports like it's for months. Like it's super, I would say, time-consuming. For their, I would say, investors, you need to show their vision and also how they can make money on you.
For sure.
It's like, and for pivot, it's you shouldn't be afraid to to pivot. It's more about how you are ready to receive feedback and understand the reality. Is it working or not, for example?
And when we are talking about your ups and downs during this way, if we're talking not only about the pivoting moment, what else? What the challenges do you have on this way, and maybe someone you have for this moment too?
I would say it's always a challenge for each stage of growth. You have a different challenge. Now we're 15. I am preparing myself for to be 25 people in the team. It will be next challenge for us. From B2, signing B2B contracts with US company enterprises, it's a huge, I would say, headache because right now, for example, we received these months I spent with Excel and email interface, Gmail interface, because answering emails and all the questionnaires, for example, only from one client regarding AI or, for example, cybersecurity, it's more than 38 questions. And you need, together with the team, to answer them and continue working on other, product development, sales, marketing. So I would say it's a challenge of growth, but we are prepared for that, we're motivated. Another way, for example, one of the way, it was when the worst invasion started. It's a challenge for us was, for example, because we were growing and we were in the process of signing contracts. And when these clients came to us after 24th of February, they decided to stop working with us. So we and whole our team went to IT Army. We've done many crazy things to Russians, but that time I would say that we stopped commercialization and continue working on the product development and AI. And after that, a challenge for me was how to find the way how to make Europeans trust us, and we went to some acceleration and program support, it was program Stadium. We were the first Ukrainian company that participated in this, I would say, program related to media tech startups and supported by Horizon 2020. And I would say my recommendation always to apply for any, of course with focus, but apply to grants, apply to acceleration. For example, USF has a lot of delegations, so we, during this, I would say, 2 years, I traveled more than all my life.
So such opportunities also help to navigate these challenges.
Absolutely, because you communicate, you build network, they sharing expertise and knowledge, and sometimes now I have friends from London, Washington DC, LA, and they help me to develop my business. So it's a way how you can, especially depends of course on the industry and verticals, but it's all, I would say 80% of success is network for B2B.
Now you're talking most with the focus at the startup founder mostly, of course, at the business, at the company and this perspective. But I want to talk about the skill set, because it's important not only for founder, but for all the team. And when we are talking about the skills, which skills is mostly important for your teammates, for you, actually?
I would say emotional intelligence.
Okay.
It's all about my goal to build trust and transparent team, a company, and motivate people to develop themselves. My team now, as I mentioned, 15 people. They have they're super focused. They have tasks they can plan their work. I, as a founder, total mess. Caring about your people, showing them that they are important, create environment where they can grow and develop themselves. It's I would say the best. And where we have very interesting question, and I would say warning when we have interviews when new person come to us. I would say, you will need to watch a lot of TV shows.
Yeah, that's a specific one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
but, okay, I will transform this question into another one. What skills or some part of experience from academia is really valuable in startup mind, in startup building as a company?
I will say this ability to analyze their problem, find solution, and it's super important to find the way. First of all, for example, from my research experience, for 2 years I've been using working with wrong method. And I wasn't disappointed when we decided with my supervisor that, okay, it doesn't work. Okay, switch to another. So it's about not to be afraid to change this way solution. And also, research, all the research people, people from research world, scientific, they are ready to solve hard tasks. And this readiness is super important. Mm-hmm. It's, I would say, this passions and how they passion about what they do. I would say that writing articles, paperworks, also conferences, it's all I would say that in Ukraine we need to have business education, I would say, and as this program can, I believe, a great tool, I would say, sorry for that, but it's a tool for these people to transform themselves and I would say have these skills to proceed with their ideas, but but have this communicate the same language and build their founder mindset, not just academia mindset.
When we are talking about actually building the product, and you have especially strong part, I mean scientific part, research part, but it's really hard to build excellent AI-driven product with international partners, with B2B market, enterprise market, with you are working with. And you mentioning about someone who you can't mention as a name, but because of NDA. But these big companies, when you're working with them, which innovations, something unique do you have for this moment? Maybe some case studies you can share with us?
I will say that when you produce something, especially create this, I would say something new, we have this obstacle. Why we should trust you? Why we should trust your AI? You are from Ukraine. You don't. What kind of expertise you have? We have this great, I would say, reputation in terms of AI specialists. It works for us. But, for example, for us, we develop unique methodology and unique AI models that tracks emotional engagement. We have 20 emotions. We also analyze content. We build content attribute system. We have unique parameters such as empathy. Nobody in the world doesn't do that. We've done a lot of research on that, and but for us, what we saw that what we faced, we should show the metrics. That's why we spent 1.5 years working on validation of our models. We've done many experiments with medical equipment, and in some cases we are better than medical equipment. So, and when during communication you can share this information that your methodology is based on these names. Your AI better than medical equipment. It's a part of the sales pitch that we are using during our communication with enterprises, because people, for example, and in the US especially, they're afraid of AI sometimes, and they can block their business decisions because the person is afraid of it. So for us, I would say that cases. Which one? Okay. We now currently potentially will be signing Warner Brothers because we tell in this communication it's about 10 months right now. And we tested some trailers for them, and maybe you were aware of Wonka. So we tested and they validated us, and they were impressed because only they believe me, they've done many research studies on that, but only our technology tracks some specific moments that others didn't, and it helped them to navigate the strategy. And right now, for example, we're in the process of meeting with VP of VP. But for example, such cases that we used for the other clients, and we're currently using these names with selling to agencies, and their sales cycle now is becoming shorter, not 10 months, up to 6 months. And for business, especially for early stage startups, it's a super huge progress, I would say.
Actually, how do you see the role of AI involving the industry, your industry? I mean, this entertainment. From your perspective.
I will say there is, because we also, right now we are testing on people. In future we'll be testing without people. We plan to build emotional profiles of the audience, and it will be synthetic data. I would say people, content creators are afraid of it, especially with OpenAI, by Sora by OpenAI and others, all these, even Reface is facing this because they talk about ethics of cloning voices. So it's all about, and because I would say this regulation is not there. Big companies, they're afraid of using. Sometimes if you have any generative AI there, we can work without this. So it's all about how you communicate, but there is a lot of risks for them. That's why we receive a lot of questions regarding what kind of models of AI, how we work with the data privacy, because we work with personal data. How do we use it for training or not? How we operate with their content. So there is a lot of, I would say, especially for media companies, that their main resource assets, it's IP. They are have still in the transition mode to understand how they will use AI. So maybe you watched this movie Moneyball. There is one line: adopt or die. They will adopt. Sure.
So if we're trying to focus on the main impact of wanted to the industry, what is that? Maybe you measure even something.
Yeah, so there's a few. We maximize audience engagement. The main goal is maximize engagement time. And also, I would say, increase the ROI, yes, but also the most important what we do, we minimize risks in investment into content. Because, for example, we have with some clients right now, they during script development stage, where you just have scripts, we can test it, and they can understand, okay, which idea, which like pilot episode will work or not, and we compare it to benchmarks. For example, we are the best in the world at testing kids content. We have a lot of clients from this space, and usually we do it to 5, 6, 10, 8, 13 years old, these groups, and for this one we have our own benchmarking system. So we help them to navigate and mitigate their risks in terms of the investment. Because when you produce a TV show for kids, to sell it, you need to produce minimum 52 episodes. It's up to $8 million investment in the content. And during like pre-production or development stage, you need to understand that your content, your audience, kids will like it. So there is a lot of risks in terms of the like content production.
So looking ahead, what is your big picture and vision for the future of content?
Unicorn?
Unicorn, yes, I remember that, but maybe some details.
Yeah, so we will, first of all, right now we in Martech. We will also see ourselves in advertisement tech. We are building, we'll be pioneering emotional intelligence part. I would say that's already, we are working on one model that will potentially with Sora by OpenAI can create personalized content for each person in the world, because we'll be able to define your, for example, your parameters, and you receive like your personalized commercial with the highest engagement, because it will be for especially like created by for you. The same for entertainment space. So I believe that we will change the creative industry, like entertainment advertising. We also now in communication to use our technology, how to provide insights, where to put some ads in for example, Hulu, Peacock. It's a way. So I believe that we will dive into emotional intelligence, and I will teach our AI will teach how to empathize. So it's all about empathy and AI. I would say this is my internal goal.
Okay, it's interesting, of course, and very curious actually. And I'm sure that you have your own thoughts and advice to not only our audience who are offline but also online. And let's divide these advices into two groups. For those who are working with students inside their teams, inside their universities, and for actually our entrepreneurs, like, those founders who are here today. Let's divide these two groups.
Yeah, I had both experience, so
Yes.
that's why I would say don't be afraid to work with students, but it's sometimes you are a babysitter. Sometimes, of course, it's easy to do it by yourself, but when you invest your time and energy into young, I would say, talents, after that, they can be your drivers, and they can do it's all about also respect. And for me it was also switching from working with students to partners, so I would say don't be afraid, and it's always you'll be always not on time, so but see always people in them, and try to motivate them. For founders, don't be afraid to receive negative feedback. I received tons of nobody will use it, it doesn't, we don't believe in that, blah, 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 blah. And, but I had this vision. Of course, I collaborated with advisors and investors and experts, but it's all about your internal vision and resources. So I want to wish you all the best, and of course if you need any advice, always happy to help.
Thank you very much for these insights, talks, and actually awesome journey, because it's not a journey, it's only the start of it, yeah.
In 2018, Jenny was the one that introduced me at IT Arena, and for pitching was disaster, total disaster. But you know, now she's interviewing me, so it's a great journey. Like
Yes, yes, that was the not without fails, but interesting one. Thank you very much, Alexei.
thank you.
Our supporting team helped me to fix our stage before we start actually our initial unique and very impressive moment of final pitches. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, I'm going to our main part with our final pitches. We'll start from our teams who are online. I'm a little bit nervous with their founders, so we'll start from the first one, and this team called Wildfires UA, and there we'll start with our pitches. Yes, 1 second. Yeah, before we are having in time, so that's why before we have their speeches, of course, before we are connected with one of our experts, because we have someone today here offline, but of course an online part. I want to mention also about the timing, because every team will have only 3 minutes per pitch, and then we'll have time for 5 minutes for questions, of course, from our dear experts, from Irina and Roman Cherepaha from Horizon Capital, who are here today offline, but also from those who are online with our mentors and experts. And one of them, of course, our partner and our dear expert is Rhonda Schroeder from Berkeley Haas. Rhonda, do you hear us?
I do.
Yes.
Happy Friday, everyone. I'm so happy to photobomb you for 2 seconds before the pitches. I just wanted to say congratulations to all of you, Jane, Irina, all the partners. Fantastic. Listen to Lesha, whatever he said. There were so many good things that he said. And I just want to encourage all of you to keep solving big problems. Find your right customer segment. Don't be afraid to go where the evidence leads you, and build those bridges to keep building companies and translating research out to solve big problems in the world. We have a lot of problems. Let's go get them. It's just a joy and a thrill to say hi to all of you. And I also just want to celebrate a big win this week for Ukraine entrepreneurship. One of your founders, Anastasia Simic from InputSoft, just got investment from ZOS Ventures this week. Anastasia is a really talented entrepreneur I've worked with since 2020. She has worked so hard to do exactly the things that you're doing, finding a big problem, finding the right customer segment, and showing growth. Just like Lesha said, if you want to be investable, you've got to show growth. She did. She got the investment this week. Super exciting. So a big win. You can all do it. I look forward to your presentations, and see you at IT Arena.
Thank you very much.
Invest in Ukraine.
Yes, for sure. Thank you very much for this inspiration and drive, Rhonda, because you just saw the first steps of our teams too. And I want to share my thoughts too, but it will be in the end. So the first team that will pitch will be Wildfires UA. Dmytro, are you ready?
Presentation? Hello?
We are hearing you.
Do you see my presentation?
No, guys. Yes, we see already you, Dima. If
And
you
my
are ready, you
presentation?
can start to share it.
But I already shared.
Nope. We don't see the presentation. 1 second.
And now?
Yes.
Oh, great. Thank you. I have a question. Can you imagine your life without forests and trees? I can either, but it's becoming a reality more often than ever before. Missile attack, global warming, and other things are destroying forests that are crucial for producing oxygen we breathe. Instead, there are pollutants released into the atmosphere that are harmful to the environment and people. Wildfires UA, platform for wildfire analysis and emission modeling. Wildfires are unpredictable and rapidly spreading, endangering lives. And our platform leverages satellite data and emission modeling to provide the critical information for effective fire management and risk assessment. Insurance providers struggle to assess wildfire risk due to lack of accurate data. We offer a unique product that combines satellite information, emission modeling, photos, modeling and analyzing wildfires and their harmful impact. We model exactly what is going in the area, be it forest, fields, or grasslands, providing critical information for fire management. Just 7 steps for creating response system and risk assessment. We provide a complete description of the fire size, time, date, satellite images. Our team conducts a separate simulation of each fire, measuring emissions that was released during the fire, such as particulate matters, ozone, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, and their concentrations in the air, where it is really needed. The market size for our product is around $800 million, as fires have been a persistent problem for Ukraine, and actually for all countries. Most companies offer information about what happened and where, so we decided to focus and add predictive modeling, because customers are interested in knowing how the situation will progress in the next few hours or analysis of the past. And this is our field of action. Wildfire UAs aims to provide the critical data, information about forest fires through a subscription-based model for insurance companies and city-state administrations. Grants. We have already secured more than $55,000 in grant supports, which has been instrumental in covering the significant survey expenses we incur. Our team is a key pillar of our startup, with the various experts, with PhDs working together to support decision-making and risk assessment. Our clients need information about forests to make a positive difference. It is important not to imagine, but to experience the reality of the safe forest surrounding us and our families. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Perfect timing. I'm bringing you guys the micro. Any questions? Irina, Roman?
Yeah, I have a question about commercialization. Where is money? How do you plan to earn money? Tell me more about your customers and how do you plan to sell? Like, what is your business model? How to make it sustainable?
Thank you for the question. First of all, we were focused on a pilot project for government. Then we realized that we need something else, and then we started to focus on insurance companies, and we realized that they actually have huge issue in Ukraine because they cannot really calculate data for our surface, like for trees, fires, and they cannot assess any risks. Like they trying, but they believe that they have huge mistakes or some discrepancy, you know. And this is really our game changer for us, because we can help here, because we can analyze data, we can create this data to help them to make more like predictable assessment. Because for them, they should know where where buildings or facilities in more risks or less risks, where could be some additional issues. So this is our aim, our goal.
Have you tried to sell it for them? What was the feedback?
Currently, we're trying not to sell, but in communication to realize more their needs and understand what they actually want from us. Because as we understood that our just a little bit AI, we have created super map of fuel data. So we know exactly where is which type of forest, which type of grasslands, how it's burned, and what is can be pollution. So this information unique, and we cannot find any startup with this information. And this information is really important for them as well.
Yeah, have you considered any markets outside of Ukraine, maybe more developed ones with deeper penetration of insurance companies, with more budgets for forest protection, so on and so forth?
Yeah, we have started to create pilot for France, and this is really interesting because we have scientists from there, and it would be much easier for us to communicate with insurance company there. Also, we aim for US, but this is really hard to build this map really easily because we need huge resources for servers. Because every country unique and with unique trees, unique everything. We need made a research.
Yeah, and another question, whether you have spoke to impact investing funds, because it seems that your project is clearly tapping on those basically double bottom line areas. You have a clear environmental impact and potentially opportunity to make money. So have you spoke to those?
Not yet, but we trying to prepare a pilot with which we can go to them and perhaps to Horizon. We open for discussion any opportunities we can find.
We also have additional question from Rhonda.
Oops. Hi, quick question. Great presentation. Who will be your first 10 paying customers? What is your best guess about that? Is it going to be insurance companies? Is it going to be governments? What's your best guess about that?
I think both, because both have their own ideas, their own needs, and they just different. You know, for insurance companies, they need more about past, understand what has happened a year ago, a month ago. They want this information. And government wants what is happening now and what will be in next 10, 20 hours. But by combining them all, we can satisfy both the directions. This is what we are trying to do right now. Because we don't have clients yet, but we believe that it's possible after our pilot. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dima, for your pitch.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next one will be Brown Sea Wreck project. This project will be also online. We're having not only online, but of course offline speakers, but not always we have a great choice to plan. So, Pavlo, are you ready?
Almost.
Yes.
1 second, please.
We're hearing you, Pavlo.
Could you please confirm if you can see my presentation?
Yes, everything okay.
Great. Let me start, please. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to be here with you despite the fact I'm remoted. I'm Pavlo, and I'd like to present our project titled as Brown Sea Wreck, liquid, cost-effective sorbent for recultivation of soils contaminated with heavy metals, radionuclides, and pesticides. Problem of soil contamination is multi-European, and in Ukraine it is aggravated with the ongoing warfare. During the past 2 years were dedicated by our team for the development of liquid soluble sorbent for recultivation of soils contaminated mainly with heavy metals and pesticides, much cheaper than existing analogs due to, first of all, low cost of raw materials, Ukrainian brown coal, a unique scientific development, and the usage of phytorecultivation measures. So the universal predicted supply, the universal predicted expenses on soil and groundwater restoration is planned to be $150 billion by 2028. So this is the most fresh prediction if you talk about the market. Who are our clients? In Ukraine, first of all, small and middle agricultural farms, factories with industrial dams, and governmental programs on soil remediation. In European Union, companies producing fertilizers, mainly based on lignite and peat. If you'll have a look from this slide, you can notice the obvious difference in price between us and our main competitors. Moreover, our sorbent is more flexible compared to the competitors. It can be used simultaneously for removing both pesticides and heavy metals. Just a couple of seconds to show our lean canvas model. So the main point of our strategy is increasing the production of sorbent up to 18 tons per year and exporting it to European Union using our partners from Latvia, from Riga. Results up to date, we have set a lab scale production, got our first real clients, so we have several agreements signed already, launched the cooperation with the third parties, and won several programs so far. Here is our almost young and progressive team. Thank you, Science to Market Acceleration, for ability to present ourselves today, for ability to develop ourselves. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you. We're going to the next round of the questions, if we'll have it. Yes.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. So the first question is regarding your approach to the market. Why are you trying to approach small and medium agriculture holdings first instead of like going to the big players like MHP and Kernel? What's the reason for that?
Small and middle agricultural companies, agricultural farms are more affordable for us because we are dependent on the type of soil. Like the more soil differs, the more difficult it's gonna be to bind the proper amount of heavy metals, ions, for example. That's why, like, if it is like a huge agricultural company that includes, for example, hundreds of hectares in one region, it may happen that we have in one part of their land, we may have black soils, in another part sand soils, and so on. And this will require much deeper expertise before starting the recultivation process. One of the points of our technology is taking samples and making the laboratory test on the percentage of heavy metals and just a general soil analysis. So the water contents, the salt content, and so on. That's why. And second point is that we are more even nowadays, at this point, we are more even oriented on industrial enterprises, because they are competing the environmental inspection and other governmental governmental institutions regarding the state of their polygons, state of their territories, and that's why actually currently we have the agreements with the industrial enterprises.
Thank you. And you also mentioned that your solution also tackles the contamination done by pesticides. So is it correct to say that basically after the application of your solution, the soil will be sufficiently good for production of organic crops?
Definitely, yes. So it will be, first of all, it will be acceptable for usage of for the future yield of organic crops. And also, from our partners, we know that usage of such a type of sorbent is giving an additional yield of crops in amount of 10-15%. Something like that.
Yeah, that's something you can use in marketing your solution when you go to your next clients.
Yep, definitely.
About market expansion, I think that it should be a regulated market in European Union. Like when you think about entering other markets, do you check the regulations, etc.?
There are regulations in usage of pesticides, and this is a naturally made fertilizer. So that's why, first of all, that's why it's going to be much easier to sell it in Europe. And the second point is that when we go to Europe, we plan to do it under the label of our partners, under the Latvian company. So we're not going to sell it as Brown Direct. We're going to sell it as Humico. And this company is registered in the European Union and is already selling the fertilizers made of peat, not brown coal, not lignite, but peat, to Latvia, to Finland, and I guess to Germany as well. So we only certify it here in Ukraine because our state enterprises, they have a right to certify the production, and this production has an ability to be exported somewhere to the European Union.
So what is your biggest challenge right now for a startup?
A biggest challenge? We are working on the industrial line. This is the main challenge because we have the contract already, and before this date, we actually were producing the sorbent ourselves in the lab with our hands, and now we're working on increasing the line, so it's gonna be just a normal productive, let's say productive line to be able to produce at least 1,000 liters of sorbent per month. So this is the main challenge now, to extrude the amount of production, because we already have the channels how to use it. And the second one is recultivation. So we'll see how it works in practice, because me personally, I've been practicing it on the polygons in Kharkiv and Mykolaiv regions, and we'll see how effectively does recultivation help us to finish our cultivation process.
And the last question for Petro from Petro Saviak, Vesna Capital.
Hi Pavlo. Thank you for the presentation. This is Petro from Vesna Capital. So I have two questions actually. One is, you are so much cheaper than competition. Why so? And how do you perform in terms of quality and versatility of application, right? And the second one is any kind of IP. So do you have any kind of protection for your product? Patents, anything like this?
Okay, sure. Yeah, why is it cheaper? First of all, as I said during the presentation, the raw material is extremely cheap. So 1 ton of Ukrainian lignite costs only about 3,000 hryvnias, and we have a direct contact with the mines, with the miners, and we get it even cheaper. Why so? Because Ukrainian brown coal from the Dnieper basin, for the last 25 years, it's almost not being used in energetic, so for the heating and so on, because it has a low kilometry, so it's not really beneficial to use it. So it's just the mines are not being used for now, and the owners, they are happy to sell it just to make any movements, and this is the first reason. Second reason is the methodic we're using. We are using the cavitation with rather cheap natrium solutions. It's also really cheap. That's why we have great economy on the resources, and the market price of the sorbent is much cheaper comparable to analogs that are actually produced not in Ukraine. They are produced in Turkey, in Germany, in India, and so on. And this also affects the price. And the second question about the protection, wasn't it?
Okay, so there was second part of the first question about the quality. So you're cheaper, but is the quality the same? Is the versatility of application the same?
More or less same. So in our case, the effectiveness of binding, depending on soil contamination and soil type, because we have different soils, as I mentioned before, is between 80 and 98% of heavy metals, cuprum, ferrum, lead, and several other chemicals, between 80 and 98%. If we take our competitors, it's almost same. It's a little bit less, 92%.
So you're as effective but cheaper. So I'm saying you're as effective but cheaper, right?
Yeah, as effective but cheaper. Okay, and it is proved, like we're working with official institutions that are giving us the licenses with results proving the effectiveness.
Okay, so can you protect the formula?
Oh yeah, well, we already have our first patent. It was obtained by us 2 years ago, and now we are working on the second one. And ideally, after receiving the second Ukrainian patent, we'd like to receive an international patent. This is my personal, let's say, my personal willing.
That would be rational. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Pavlo, for your answers and for your pitch.
Thank you. Great to hear you.
And we are ready to the next presentation and go into the meters fit startup. Raise your hand who has its own fitness bracelets or some trackers. Yeah, you know about that. Okay, you're some part of our target audience. So, meters fit, please, the stage is yours.
Hi, my name is Rashid, a developer at MetersFit. And now, think about dependence. such a threatening word. Financial, relationship, drug dependence. Physical is one of them, when you cannot walk, sit, and even eat without help. We all experience a similar decline in fitness toward dependence, like this curve. You think dependence starts in late 70s, but data shows it starts much earlier. We invented a product that can identify the beginning of physical dependence and help you prevent it. That's how we can increase health span and achieve physical independence in late age. Our solution is MeterSfit, an online platform that helps you measure physical fitness at the right time and in the right way. Enhanced with personalized recommendations, we can make a real difference in health span. Our process is simple. You just need to perform 6 simple physical exercises covering 6 muscular system abilities. Then, evaluate your fitness achievements with a single click. You will receive general performance results, advanced health risk analysis, and tailored training recommendations. We are focused on preventative medicine clinics, primarily in the United States, but also targeting health-oriented individuals. Our primary market is longevity medicine, expected to grow at an annual growth of 24%, with a sum of 14 million. This is part of the corporate wellness market, where our TAM is $43 billion. Our revenue model is subscription-based, offering 3 plans tailored to different customer needs. MeterSfit has several key advantages. So, no equipment needed for testing, comprehensive evaluation of multiple muscular system abilities, holistic health risk analysis and report generation, and fitness ranking system to compare biological age. Currently, we have 12 individual clients from our first clinic, 2 more clinics on the wait list as pilot users, and over 20 people subscribed to a waiting list. All of this is possible to our core team. We have strong expertise in longevity science, and our team includes skilled developers and clinicians. In conclusion, we invite you to collaborate with us if you are a healthcare clinic, research center, or physiological clinic. Together, we can revolutionize health span and improve lives.
Thank you. Yes, please, Petro.
Thank you. Let me start. Rashid, thank you for the presentation. Quick question. What's your differentiation? Because what you're describing, my watch seems to do already. It can tell me my fitness age, and I know I need to exercise to stay healthy. So what do you do?
Yeah, so as I said, we have several key advantages. As you said, your watches does it, but I'm not sure if your watches are able to make health risk analysis, and I'm not sure if you can receive some tailored recommendations, training recommendations. Another thing, what is a change of our platform is regarding clinics. So everybody does fitness physical measurement, so it's not a new thing. But the problem is that the first one, there is always a human factor. And the second one is that existing approaches that are used in the most of clinics, they are not able to cover all the muscular system abilities. And as I showed in the presentation, our platform requires performing of 6 exercises that cover 6 muscular system abilities. So that's why we can have more clear picture of what's going on.
Thank you.
Do you have any online questions? No. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Sorry, Roman.
Yeah. Perhaps the last one from me. So, who is exactly your direct competition? Is it clinics? Is it fitness apps? Is it personal coaches that your people would come to, if not your product? How does it work in your view?
Yeah, so I showed the best options of our competitors, our biggest competitors, I would say, in a slide. Let me show you it again. Yeah, so in general, longevity medicine is quite a big domain, and we could divide it in so-called subdomains due to different approaches to physical fitness measurement. And after our research was done, we have chosen the best options from each approach that you could see on this slide. Yeah, so that's our competitors.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. One more.
One more.
Yay.
How did you arrive at the pricing you currently have, $5 per month? Is it enough? It seems a bit low.
So to get all those prices, all those calculations were made based on the prices of our competitors, and also we include our outcomes for maintaining the platform.
But if you're better, shouldn't you charge more?
That's a good question, but I think it's more related to business strategy, and I would say that our founder, Yaroslava Silchenko, would answer this question better than me as a developer. By the way, it's possible to reach him using the QR code.
Thank you.
As I understand, Yaroslav already with us.
Yeah. Our main accent nowadays on longevity and preventative health clinics, and there when we want to reach main revenue. And to expand and make our startups more popular among people, we introduce lower prices that can include only maintenance. That's why you see $5 per premium for individual users.
I'm just thinking that staying healthy longer is important, right? And people would want to pay for that. And when you charge low prices, consumer might think that, well, maybe there's not so much value proposition behind it. So, I mean, Strava charges more, and Strava just is kind of a social media for sportsmen, right? So.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing this idea.
Maybe $5.99.
Thank you very much. The Meters Fit team. Yes, yes, applause, applause. Don't forget this. Not always, as I mentioned, goes according to the plan. That's why the next team, the Domo, will be presented not by their founder, but after the pitch, another teammate answering the questions, of course, according to the project and deep dive to that. That's why I'm welcoming the Domo team here.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Let me introduce you to our mental health startup, Soul Lab, with the Domo product. And our core team, which has strong competences and experience in IT, psychodiagnostics, marketing, and has a perfect gender balance. The global increase in the number of mental disorders among the world's population is really striking. Currently, every sixth person in the world has a mental health problem. Assistance and treatment begin with diagnostics. A human is a complex subject for diagnostics, and specialists usually they lack time and convenient tools or experience to avoid mistakes. The consequences of such mistakes are usually very significant, both for the individuals and for the society. Our target users are professionals in the fields of mental health and HR, whose decisions are people-related and entail a high cost of error for human life, health, and their future, or for money. Soul Lab has developed a SaaS platform that simplifies the assessment process of mental states and provides a comprehensive testing and data for research and analytics. Our special approach is to explore and measure the psychic really deeply, that other approaches and tools are not capable of. There is a lot of solutions on the market, but none of them offer such a comprehensive report on a person's mental state. Dodomo significantly reduces risk of diagnostic errors, saves time and money, and helps in choosing the appropriate therapy strategy. Soul Lab's uniqueness lies in the integral analysis of the results of multiple tests and a large library of characteristics of the mental state and personality traits. We developed them based on our 20 years of expertise and data from 50,000 respondents. We also created unique formulas of risk indicators such as suicide and PTSD. Currently, we're focused on the Ukrainian market, where more than 18 million people need psychological rehabilitation. The market is constantly growing, and this trend will continue for at least 10 years. Our objective is to achieve a market size of $4.3 million by the end of 2025. The business model includes subscription options and the purchase of ready-made reports and database analytics. The roadmap aims to consistently engage with several market segments, integrate new useful features, including learning tools and AI, build a sales system, and expand the team strategically. Our marketing strategy is based on direct contacts with decision makers, active promotion of our approach, and partnerships with professional communities and platforms. We raised seed capital, developed a beta version of SaaS, which is already used by 6 B2B clients, and we are already testing our product in field studies and widely distribute their results. So what do we need? We need investments in further software development, R&D and marketing, contacts, and expertise in scaling to other markets. And just to summarize, we think that mental health, it's like the new oil in this era and the key to the normal life. And we will be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you very much. Tatiana, you can join for answering the questions, and we are going to the round of it.
Okay, let me start again.
Yes.
So I didn't quite understand what exactly does the platform do. So you skip that part quickly. I recognize some of the competitors, so I have some assumptions, but what is it? And how does it help therapists and other people?
Перекласти. Для чого потрібен цей продукт, на чому саме він зосереджений?
Психології найбільша проблема – це проблема діагностики. Найбільша проблема в психології – це проблема діагностики. Половина діагнозів, які ставляться, навіть більше, неправильні. Ми вирішуємо цю проблему за рахунок технології, яка базується на наукових дослідженнях і практиці в 30 років.
I have to translate. So in psychology, the biggest part of the success story for the patients, it's the diagnostics. And quite usually, psychologists, they either skip this phase or do it too quickly. And so it affects the whole process. We are helping them on this initial stage of diagnostics with our tool, which is based on our 30 years of experience.
We'll use this in turns. So how do you help? Яким чином? І хто взаємодіє з продуктом? So who interacts with the product? Is it the client? So who's the client? The therapist or the patient? And how does he work with the product?
Так, наш головний клієнт – це людина, яка організовує психологічну допомогу або реабілітацію на великих платформах, або в реабілітаційних центрах, або в компаніях.
Our main clients are those who organize the psychological support, so they can either work on larger scale in platforms or within companies or with the clients directly.
Така людина буде задавати себе питання, скільки часу витратить мій фахівець на діагностику, наскільки вона буде об'єктивна.
So for them, an important issue is time, how much time my employees will spend on diagnosing the patients, the clients, the employees, and how efficient this diagnostics will be.
Це вирішується за рахунок онлайн і математики. Сама наукова частина – це складніше.
So we are solving this issue with time through online approach and also thanks to mathematics.
Як ми вже сказали, наш головний скарб – це бібліотека на 10,5 мільйонів знаків. Там описані всі поєднання результатів тестів.
And as we mentioned, we are science-based, and our biggest treasure and value of this product is at the library, which has 10 million of signs. So this is like those connections that we built through our research and diagnostics in those 30 years of experience.
Дозвольте, я тут переб'ю. Ми трошки не в той бік пішли. Як саме працює продукт? Тобто це набір тестів, які проходить клієнт, чи і що відбувається? Ви слідкуєте за очима, за обличчям, чи просто збираєте інформацію у вигляді тестів і потім її аналізуєте?
Так. Це тести, які знають всі психологи світу. По-перше. По-друге, фахівець призначає тестування, і людина проходить тести. Це довгі тести на 1,5 години.
So we are based on the psychological tests which are recognized across the world, and we're using multiple tests here. So the person who will receive this request to go through those tests, they will need about 1 hour and a half to go through all of them.
Далі програма звертається до каталогів, і ми отримуємо ось такий текстовий звіт про психоемоційний стан людини.
And then the program uploads or kind of interacts with catalogs and then produces this report.
Тобто продукт інтерпретує результати тестування і підказує терапевту, що саме, як діагностувати стан пацієнта.
Що саме з людиною, так.
Зрозуміло. Дякую.
Дякую.
Давайте продовжимо тоді українською. Скажіть, будь ласка, як ви думали про свої ринки, на які збираєтесь виходити, і чи потрібно вам якось адаптувати продукт, коли ви будете виходити за межі України?
Так, ти будеш перекладати питання?
Question is on the markets and how go-to-market strategy looks like.
Це дуже складне завдання, тому що, як буває в діптек, нам треба створити ринок.
This is quite a complicated task because quite often in deep tech we need to create the market.
Це схоже на HR-діагностику. Всі кажуть, що вона потрібна, але ніхто її не робить.
Quite often we can hear in HR world that we need HR diagnostics, but nobody is doing it.
Тому що не вміють.
Because they don't know how.
Ми вже працюємо, розмовляємо з government, це Міністерства, наприклад, ветеранів, з психологічними платформами, з психологічними асоціаціями, корпоративними клієнтами. В нас в планах праці робота з університетами, які готують психологів, і НГО.
So we are already in communication with governments, in particular with the Ministry of Veterans and with various platforms, psychological platforms, associations, and corporate world, universities and NGOs.
І це вже підписані контракти, це вже фактично те, що ви отримаєте протягом цих 2 років.
You already have contracts?
Ні, ми працюємо тільки 4 місяці. В нас ще немає монетизації, тому що ми ще не повністю готові. Там персональні дані треба захищати. Треба ще доробити продукт. Але він вже працює.
We started 4 months ago, so not yet quite, but because we need to finalize the product, but it's already working.
Але в нас вже є перші клієнти.
We already have first clients.
За кордоном все складніше, тому що там свої закони, своє ліцензування. Тому для того, щоб вийти на закордонні ринки, треба мати партнера. І ми думаємо, що, скоріш за все, це будуть великі або страхові компанії, або хтось типу Bayer, хто купить нас заради наших каталогів.
And for the foreign markets, it's a little bit more complex because we need to figure out the licensing. So we are thinking we need a partner. Possibly it would be either insurance companies who would need us, or it could be a buyer who will purchase us for the sake of our catalogs.
Дякую.
Дякую.
Yes, please, the last one.
Також буду на українській мові. Вадим звать. Є одна у вас не пропозиція, а одна порада. В Україні буде створено приблизно 140 центрів, ветеранських центрів. відповідний закон, поданий Верховною Радою, він буде затверджений. І ці всі центри їм буде потрібно ваш продукт. Це в першу чергу залежить від Міністерства ветеранів, який також цю історію точно там просуває. Сьогодні також був форум в Звягелі, це 4-й форум по Україні, він буде по всім областям. І рух з приводу ветеранів, які вернуться з війни, точно зараз посилюється. І підтримка держави точно посилюється. В кожному обласному центрі буде такий центр. По Україні взагалі їх буде 140. Так що як пропозиція в рамках просування вашого продукту, ваш функціонал точно їм потрібен. Дякую.
Дякую. Не треба це, напевно, перекладати, це український контекст. Ми знаємо про цю ініціативу і спілкуємося, наприклад, з Тарасом Тарасенко. Так. Дякую. Дякую за пораду.
Thank you very much. Thanks for all the questions to the team, and thank you for your presentation, for your backup, and we of course wish Yulia and her family a speedy recovery and inspiration today and always. So we are going to the next startup. We need one micro to our speaker, please, and I'm coming back because this. Yes, it's a little bit sport for me today. The next one, startup, will be Wherenet. And I want to present this speaker and this startup as a part of those who are one of the most sustainable in our program, just with our step-by-step progress inside that, and of course, I hope after that.
Thank you very much. Hi everyone, my name is Igor and I'm co-founder of Wherenet, and today I would like to present you our revolutionary AI decision-making platform called Sophia. Now, I think all of us been to those long, arduous meetings where nothing gets done. This, combined with basic human subjectivity, common corporate bureaucracy, limitations of modern business intelligence systems, and in times of need expensive external expertise, creates billions of dollars of losses for small, medium-sized enterprises annually. So how does companies try to solve it? Well, clearly the answer is AI. In fact, AI is projected to grow 6-fold over the next 5 years, and over half of businesses are already using AI or planning to use it in the nearest future. But of course, we were not satisfied with market analytics. We decided to go deeper, and we conducted some interviews, and we found out that actually the majority of employees are suffering from decision fatigue, and they overall wish to automate their decision-making to alleviate time and stress. And this is especially common in financial and healthcare industries. So how are we going to solve it? Well, I would like to introduce you to Sophia. This is our generative AI combined with formal decision-making methodologies system for automated decision-making. But how exactly Sophia is working? Well, imagine you're a Ukrainian business that wants to expand to Poland, but you don't have anyone from Poland, you don't know what to do. Well, now you can just open our Sophia that looks very common, very similar to ChatGPT with the interface, type your issue, and Sophia will automatically generate a pool of custom-made AI experts. Each of them will be an expert in a specific field like finance, sales, or operations. Then each of those AI experts will generate his own pool of ideas on how to solve your problem. Finally, all those AI experts will meet together, vote on each other's ideas, and reach a consensus on what is the best solution for your specific idea. We're planning to sell our platform via subscription cloud for smaller companies, and for larger companies, we're also planning to offer the on-site installation. We're also planning to offer the AI consulting services. Now, of course, the market is there. In fact, we estimate the small, medium-sized enterprise business intelligence market to be around $10 billion. And if we can capture in the nearest 5 to 10 years 20,000 customers, we can achieve a revenue of around $1 billion annually. Now, of course, there's also a competition on this market. Mostly, those are established business intelligence companies like SAP, but of course, also AI-based startups like Neurons Lab and Intelligent Artifacts. Now, of course, we already developed our proof of concept. We're currently conducting our product market fit with 3 pilot customers, and we're planning to launch our official sales by the end of the year. Now, also meet our team. It's me and my co-founder, Anatoly. We're both PhD students studying AI and cybersecurity, but also talented developers like Ivan, Alexander, and Mikhailo. Now, we also already attracted 30,000 euros investment from IAT Digital, and as well as 25,000 euros grant from Seeds of Bravery and some additional aid from corporate programs. Thank you so much for your time. If you're interested in our startup, please scan this QR code, visit our website, and contact us. And don't forget to make right decisions with Sophia. Thank you.
Thank you, Igor. Again, teammate to support, and we're going to the questions, of course. Our ritual.
So many questions from the jury this time. Do you have any idea about the business model? So commercialization, how are you going to charge?
Yeah, of course. Let me just go back to the slide.
Sorry if I missed it.
No, of course. Yeah, so as you can see, we're planning to charge very similar to how large language models are offered, so per 1,000 tokens of generated text. So we're planning to charge approximately 20 cents per 1,000 tokens of generated text. And this is our calculation, basically, that each business is going to have a pool of users, employees. Then each of those employees will conduct certain amount of requests per day. With this, also the margins are also quite good, around like 80% margin if you just count flat large language models fees. But of course, with additional salaries and whatnot, our margin depletes to around 20%, which is quite common on the AI market currently.
I would just like to add that we are also considering that our system would increase the efficiency and amount of decisions in the company, that we could be with high effective decisions, charge like not only the flat fees, but only charge with the percent from the ROI or other statistic or metrics that we are currently heading to choose the right one.
Okay, thank you. Second question is, so you started by saying how ineffective the meetings are, right? And that you can go directly to the AI instead of going to the meeting. But what if I want to know what the CFO actually thinks or what the HR director thinks, right? Because I'm working with those people, not with AI. So will it help replace meetings? Will it help make meetings more effective? How do you go about it?
Well, of course, we think that the largest efficiency of the meetings, at least some of them, can be automatically replaced in total. Then, of course, it's the highest saving on salary and time. But of course, there is also a transparency inbuilt into our system. So, of course, if you're a CFO, you will be able to have an access to what your employees are actually typing, what kind of advices, decisions they're getting, so you have a full transparency. Also, while decisions are recommended, you're also going to receive like a full transparent report on why AI thinks that this is the best way to go. So yeah, we don't think that management will lose any control. We actually think that they will have more control over how decisions are made. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, what if the decision is bad and that leads to financial losses of the company? Do I fire the person who typed the question into the AI, or do I sue you?
Well, of course, we're currently, again, as I told you, having pilot testing with our pilot customers. And of course, one of the key concerns for us, as you told us, is the issue of wrong advices. And we found out that essentially the largest losses can be incurred if, let's say, some financial decision is done incorrectly. And of course, large language models are not that good in math. That's why some, let's say, some parts of decisions where some specific calculation needs to be made, they can be not made by large language models. They can be just made by normal algorithms, formulas, just like a normal, like business intelligence software has been done.
And as an addition, we here are talking about business, and from the business point, we can sacrifice some bad decisions to overall efficiency and overall potential that our system can present to the business and make it more efficient and make the decision more right. at the whole point.
Okay, the last question from me. I don't want to take all the time and leave time for others.
We also have a question from Rhonda, as I know.
Okay, so you're talking about effectiveness. How do you measure that? How can you prove that your system is more effective in decision making than people?
Right. Well, we actually think that our key advantage is not in those, basic financial calculation kind of decisions, but more of the abstract ones. They're quite hard to calculate, and essentially, we think that the number one value that we can bring, it's not even just our decision is going to be much better than an expert with years of experience can make. It's that the overall time that companies spend on decision making is reduced, which again saves employees' salary and saves you as an owner money on the salary. And of course, additional one is that the transparency, because our system will have access to business data, of course, like a lot of modern business intelligence generative AI systems. So it will be able to also check with your internal documentation, your online internal databases, to also make sure that there's no wrong calculations.
Okay, I could delve into that, but let's put a stop on that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Rhonda, please.
Hi guys, quick question. Who specifically is your target market? You said startups and small to medium enterprises, but that's huge. Who has the biggest problem?
Right, of course. Well, we have a couple factors to consider. First of all, it must be a company that is not afraid of AI, so to speak. So it's not a legacy kind of company. It's more technologically savvy company. So second of all, it's a company that makes, let's say, a lot of decisions, operates with a lot of data, even more so unstructured data internally. So it can be consulting companies. And of course, it's also a company that has high enough margins that they can afford our system as well. And I can just give you general example of our pilot customers. One of them is a small 50 employees software developing company. Another one, it's also 50 employees consulting company. And the third one, it's medium-sized financial institution. So we think that those three are our, let's say, most, the best fitted pilot customers for us. But of course, after the pilot period is over, we can gather much more data to find where else we can go and improve. But we think that, for the nearest future, those are good enough types of companies for us.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
thank you for your answers and your presentation.
Thank you.
So the next one will be, I mentioned that we have super diverse batch and not only different projects, but also different products. And this one is one of the most interested, not so maybe interested, but not unusual. It will be a project Vitalis Lacto. And Nastya presented probiotic starter for homemade dairy products. Nastya, the stage is yours.
Thanks.
Please support.
Okay, usually bacteria are associated with diseases, but in my biotechnological world, bacteria are our great friends. In this package, I've got something that can change your attitude to microorganisms, and it's called Vitalis Lacto. It's a combination of health benefit and new experience. So let's talk about how probiotics influence our health. Usually, Ukraine sees the birth of around 200,000 children in a year, but sadly, 1 in every 5 faces serious gastrointestinal disorders. This isn't just a problem for infants, it's also a growing concern among adults too. In fact, in 2022, GI disorders were responsible for over 2,000 deaths, ranking as the 6th leading cause in our country. So how can we improve our health? Vitalis Lacto is a blend of 2 highly effective for human health bacteria that is used in form of dairy starter. We suggest 2 ways of usage. One for people who are in constant rush. They can drink it with a glass of water like any other dietary supplement. And the second is for people who like DIY stuff. We suggest adding 1 package in 1 liter of milk and waiting overnight to receive a healthy yogurt that can boost health and prevent diseases. Now let's talk about the market opportunity. With the potential to capture 5% of Ukraine's market, equivalent to 42,000 users in the first year, Vitalis Lacto is designed to seize a significant market opportunity. But what about our competitors? I have analyzed Ukrainian, European, and American products available in our country and found out that in group of starters, our product has superior efficiency. But also in group of dietary supplements with limosa lactobacillus reuteri, we offer lower price. So that makes us special. Also, we decided to position as a food product to omit some legal issues. But what about business part? People are tired of mounting medical bills and constant discomfort in their tummies because many dietary supplements are expensive or have less efficiency than a glass of milk. Our product can solve both of these issues, and that makes us special too. Our model combines B2B and B2C to be sure that all possible target audiences and channels will be engaged. With a package price of 160 hryvnias and revenue share of 30%, investing in Vitalis Lacto offers the potential for significant returns. Additionally, I'm seeking for 500,000 hryvnias to further accelerate growth. Currently, the product is at a real 5 stage. The market achievement is expected in September. MVP achievement also is expected in September. So I'm the sole member of the team, and I have taken the challenge of bringing this product to our market because I have enough experience in technology, and now I have some experience in entrepreneurship. So together, let's embark on a journey to redefine functional nutrition in Ukraine with Vitalis Lacto.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. What would be your go-to market, given that we already have similar companies in the Ukrainian market? So how are you going to compete with them?
Okay, this is really a tough question. I'm really grateful that you asked it. With our Ukrainian competitors, direct competitors, there are several companies. In my case, I would like to target different audience than them because usually Ukrainian, our two biggest companies, Vivo and Iprovit, they target like housewives and their children. But in my case, I would like to target people who are around 30 years old that live in cities and they have like sitting work because that's caused some difficulties with their tummies. Also, people are interested in healthy lifestyle. They also might not have small children. In our case, the presence of children in family is a big plus for our product, but it's not a big deal. So yes, I guess we will differentiate in the target audiences and also the ways how we communicate with them. Because usually such products communicate, like have poorly communication with their target audiences. As I have analyzed, they don't have like a nice developed Instagram or Facebook. That's like a big problem for them, but a big advantage for me. Because I think that the best way to target young audience is via social media.
Thank you. And you also mentioned that you're more efficient than
Yes.
Vivo, for instance. Is that something that is visible to the customer?
Yes, we can provide, like in our marketing campaign, some evidences from lab experiments where we proved that we are efficient. And also, I think, as I spoke to possible target audiences, people are interested in how that works. So we can also have another message for communication that we show that our product is really efficient.
What do you need right now? Like what are your challenges? Like scaling, team, money. Like, what is your next step? What you are looking right now?
Really, I'm looking for a marketing person because I can develop the technology, develop the product, to be a CFO because I can know economics. But the marketing is the most difficult for me because it's very difficult to talk to such various group of people.
Do you have money for marketing?
Yes.
How do you plan? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just keep calm, Ernesto. Thank you very much. So we are going further, and we're never ending, I think so. And the next one will be startup Solar Int. I think that everyone knew about the problem with electricity and actually sustainability at all. That's why Solar Int all ready for you guys. Please, the stage is yours. Mm-hmm.
So, hi. Today is a wonderful day, but it wouldn't be so wonderful if we didn't feel the energy from the sun. So, that's what I'm going to talk about today. My name is Veronica, and I'm here to present you our project called Solar Int. We believe in creating a greener future by concentrating, storing, and integrating of solar energy. Existing solar products do not have... So, there is a huge problem nowadays. Existing solar products do not have... Next. Existing solar products require quite a large area of solar collection, large volume of energy storage, they are quite expensive and short-living. This means that customers do not want to use solar energy and continue to rely on expensive and disappearing fossil fuels. So we have a solution. It consists of creating two main products, Mini CSP and Home TES. And these products revolutionize the potential of residential solar power by production of more energy per square meter, by storing this energy up for 3 months in the home test, by converting it into heat and electricity at the right time of day or season, and both these components can universally interact with other solar technologies. The solar energy market is one of the fastest growing and nowadays receives many investments and customers. Despite this, we still have competitors like electricity and gas. Our project offers significant advantages with heat and electricity costs that are 30–50% less. And also our project is much more environmentally friendly. Here you can see different parameters of comparison of our project and different analogs. And here you can see that our project has huge advantages over them. In addition, we provide an opportunity to generate electricity at the right time of day or season. Our CSP has an impressive efficiency, about 60%. It offers significant savings on panel size and costs. Also, it can be easily installed near the house. Our business model. Initially, we focus on B2C business model, since at the beginning of creation of our product, it's much more profitable to cooperate directly with the client. After entering the market and popularization of our product, we plan to reach B2B segment as well. Here you can see our financial indicators for the next 5 years of project implementation. And it's pretty clear that in 3 years, we are fully capable to reach 120 million euros in 3 years. So we already have all the calculations for production of MVP. We already submitted 2 patents for CSP and TES. And also we have already all significant and technical examinations. So the next our step is to produce MVP. Our team consists of 5 professionals who are passionate about their work and who are professionals with quite a great of years of experience in engineering and project management. That's why we are pretty sure that with investments of around 100,000 euros, we are fully capable to produce our prototype. So that's why we are looking for investments and different grants. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, I'm open to answer on them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. Let me start. So how come you've developed such a effective system when billions of dollars are being pumped into solar energy R&D every year? So what's so special? I mean, how did you achieve this effectiveness?
So basically all of this effectiveness is in mathematical calculations. So we analyze in details all our competitors, for example, even Polar Night Energy or Energy Nest, and we compared all these indicators, and so we can clearly see that we have much more effective solution.
Yeah, but how did you achieve that? Is it new materials for solar panels or so? How? Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the question. So yes, basically the main new thing in this product is that we have new construction of this product. We also use different materials, and in combinations, they makes so great result in effectiveness.
Did you develop this material, or is it third-party good which you just combined in the right?
Yes, we just combine different materials. So it's a special technology, and it already was patented.
Okay, that was my last question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes.
Could you please tell me more about how do you plan to enter the market? How do you plan to reach your customers?
Sure, thank you for your question. So firstly, we need to develop our MVP. So in that way, we could have something to show our customers. Then we plan to reach like B2C. So for B2C business model, we plan to reach simple customers like farms or different people who have apartments and who need these solar energy decisions. So basically, we plan to make advertisement. So I guess it's crucial. But for now, it's for us crucial to develop this prototype.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, we are ready, almost ready for the next speech. But before that, I will need, yes, additional setup for that, for our picture. Thank you. So now I'm ready to announce the next startup, the hydrocritical mineral calculator. The stage is yours. Yes, prepare, please. We just start counting when you will be ready here.
Critical hydrominerals calculators, and we are service in mining, oil and gas industry, and exploration company. We deal with problem oil and fuel depletion, resource depletion, and production and assessment critical metals. Critical metals in huge scale are in your device, and maybe you know about it. Why now? Because never before critical metals never cost so expensive as now. And right now we have a very good technology to extract it from formation water of oil and gas field, depleted field, and these critical metals. So we have such solution for every oil and gas company, but more for biggest company with depleted oil and gas field. Our proposition also provide reduction of operating cost, increase in profitability, and increase in lifetime for depleted oil and gas up to 10 years in individual case, maybe less, maybe more. Our product is software assessment, quantity, quality, resource of this oil and gas field extraction technology selection, and project evaluation. And we deal with such critical metals as lithium, magnesium, rubidium, cesium, and some of them are toxic but very useful and very critical for all devices that we use right now. In comparison with traditional mining way, we provide more speed development period, less than 1 year, comparing 3 or 5 years in traditional mining way. And our market, first of all, are Ukrainian biggest oil and gas company, and European market also. We start from 5 company the first year, and then increased up to 75 company in the next hour period, and we plan very fast enter to our market within only 3 months. Our business model, B2B, oil and gas company with multiple assessment of their resources, and one case study and evaluation for exploration company. And what we're planning now for the next year with software revision, registration, and also our development and the first contract within 5 or 6 months. Our financial is very attractive due to increasing profit every year, and our team excellent but also flexible with geologist, oil and gas engineer, and other IT specialist. And I'm Maria, team lead. I'm happy to be with you this evening.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Maria. Can you elaborate a bit more on what you're doing different comparing to your competitors? What allows you to deliver it faster than they do?
This question from historical development of not only Ukrainian but totally global geology, because oil and gas industry and mining industries that produce mineral and metals separate developed always. So oil and gas company don't want to think about any critical metals in our devices, but they know that they have a lot of up to 18% of formation water that they have to utilize. So if be honest, we haven't any direct competitors with us. Maybe a big company in oil and gas, but we can be not a competitor with them, but implement our software to their existing software for oil and gas. But they haven't a good experience in extraction, technology extraction of metals. So it's really true. And a big problem not only for Ukraine, but globally for oil and gas company right now.
How do you plan to convince them to do it?
We plan to show them their additional profit, additional byproducts for every field, and it's exciting case that every field in any company is individual. So we complete them their own additional byproducts and profit from them. But they can make their decision by themselves, not we. But we can provide all needed information for them, if it's profitable for them.
I can see a lot of researchers, finance, but I don't have, I don't see marketing or sales. How do you plan to scale a team, or who is going to sell?
Yeah, we plan to look for and to implement such specialists as well as lawyers, because in Ukraine, in every other region, they have some differences in legislation in this field. We haven't right now, but we're looking for such people.
So what is your main challenge now?
Maybe right now we have to choose from what market we start. Right now we're testing our software in Ukrainian biggest company, but in European company we have more feedback from them right now. Because of environmental social governance issues. They see it. In Ukrainian case, sometimes it's difficult to show, to make them sure that it's important as well as byproduct.
Thank you very much, Maria. Thanks for your presentation and your team for this work. Next one, I see that Valeria is ready, already is ready. The next one project called Parostock. And it's not about Parostock only, it's more deeper and interesting one project that will be presented today. And I know that some part of the team today are online, so please, dear, keep calm. I know that you have some changes, and but please be ready for its success. Yeah, Valeria, please, the stage is yours. Please, micro.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Valeria, and I'm here to introduce you to Parostock, an innovative company specializing in seed treatment. Did you know that in the past year, every 11th person on Earth was starving? And the climate change makes this forecast even worse for the future. A lot of resources are now being invested into solving this problem. But we offer a solution. Our technology makes seeds more resilient to drought and frost. It accelerates yield readiness by up to 12 days and the amount of production by 1.5 times. It also works as a non-chemical pest control. So how does it work? We stimulate the seed kernel with precise microwave irradiation, which leads to germination energy boost and faster development of the root system, which allows plants to reach deeper layers of the soil to get water from there. And this picture demonstrates the difference in sprout development in just 1 week after the treatment. So this picture on the left is non-treated, and these are treated, and you can see this significant difference. We are now implementing our test results with MHP in Ukraine and Agroecoton in Poland, and also we managed to establish collaboration with Sweden and the Ivory Coast to start test implementations on winter crops this year. Our product is at TRL 9 stage, which means that we already have a small-scale production and are now working on IP protection. Also, the organic farming market is estimated to be almost 200 billion by 2030, which seems to be a great commercial opportunity for us. Unlike competitors, we offer effective results completely chemical-free. Also, we offer competitive pricing for various needs, including 2 years warranty and comprehensive staff training. Before the full-scale invasion, we managed to sell 14 units, and our full production is set to 20 units. And we are now currently working on looking for new collaborations and funding so we can expand and continue our growth. Our current investment round is set to $500,000, which would allow us to cover our test implementation expenses, also to cover IP protection in Ukraine, European Union, US, and start marketing and sales. Our team brings together experience in electrical engineering, marketing, agriculture, biology, and project management. So, please join us to learn more about Parostock, and if you're an investor, eco-farmer, or just interested in our mission, we are excited to explore opportunities for growth and collaboration together. And thank you.
Thank you. You mentioned a lot of benefits of your solution. Are there any side effects?
That's why we're conducting tests now to see the possible side effects may occur if the technology is used in a wrong way. So if the staff is not trained well, they will not be able to pick the right mode, the operation mode. That's why we are providing staff training along with the sales to be able to say that we guarantee that you will not get side effects if you are using the technology in a proper way.
Yeah, and you're going to sell equipment which will basically irradiate those seeds.
Yeah.
So the protection from copycats would be basically via the obtaining the patent, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why we are not launching very, let's say, efficient marketing campaigns, because we are afraid that we will not be able to compete with the corporation if they become interested in this technology. That's why we are now looking for funds to be able to cover ourselves with IP protection, and then we'll be able to, to expand to the markets. Yeah, and that would be a patent.
Yep, thank you.
Any questions again? Nope.
What is your exit strategy?
Sorry?
What is your exit strategy? What do you plan, like in future? What is your perfect future?
Well,
do you want to sell it? How do you plan? Because you compete with the huge corporations, so maybe you want to sell the company.
Yeah,
to one of them.
One of the options is to be sold. We've actually been in touch with a few investors in the US, and they are interested in buying the company in a few years. So they would like us to grow big enough to be competitive, and then we are also, in general, we would like to sell. Because we understand the reality, we understand there are corporations like Syngenta, Monsanto. We might not be able to compete, but we would still like to give this technology for use.
Thank you, Valeria.
Thank you.
The last but not the least, as I like to say, because our next participant and his startup actually drop off because of the closing the project. But we have a special video from Yuri, because it's interesting to know more again and again about ups and downs of the startups. And I'm sure that this a little bit inspirational and fancy video will inspire those who are afraid to start their projects, scientific projects, actually because of the failure, afraid because of the failure. So can we turn on Yuri?
Hello, my name is Yuri, and I am a participant in the Science to Market Accelerator program. Today, I will not be presenting my project, but rather sharing my personal experience of participating in the program. This 20-week journey has significantly changed my understanding of the startup ecosystem, thanks to the comprehensive and effective training provided by the best mentors. Here are the 3 key insights I gained during my training. First insight: pivoting is always beneficial. I registered to participate with a project called Digital Rebuild Invest. This was an excellent social initiative aimed at helping military personnel, their families, and internally displaced persons adapt to new social lives by starting their own businesses with assistance from university specialists. The project also included raising funds for these entrepreneurs through a specially developed platform. I participated in various public speaking engagements, and each time I received new ideas for improving my product. Therefore, pivoting is about development. Second insight: closing a project is a difficult but correct decision. During the Accelerator program, I was given the opportunity to switch to another project I was working on concurrently. I am very grateful to the organizers and especially to Jane Clapper. This project, named QR Plus 3D, is a social support initiative for children affected by the intense phase of the war in Ukraine. It involves creating personalized accessories for children using 3D printing, which include QR codes with parents' contact information, details about the child's health, and other important information without revealing personal data. This way, if a child gets lost and cannot communicate, scanning the code allows someone to contact the parents. With this project, I participated in many international conferences and received positive feedback. However, the project did not receive adequate support. and team conflicts led to its decline. Therefore, I am thankful to mentor Katerina Trifonova for her support and timely advice on the necessity of ending the project. This was beneficial for me, as it lifted a burden, and now I have time to develop new ideas. Closing a project is daunting, but sometimes necessary. Third insight, constant learning is essential, as one can never have enough knowledge. All the mentors not only shared their knowledge, but also their personal experiences. They conducted personal meetings, provided feedback, and helped us improve. It is people who drive innovation. Therefore, whether we continue to develop our current project or start a new one, we will certainly create the highest quality product for others. I am personally convinced of this, as we gained new experiences and connections through this Accelerator program. Despite achievements, I am certain that to grow, one must continuously learn and be surrounded by happy people. See you in future projects. Take care. Glory to Ukraine.
So, we're going to the one of the most important part of this evening. And I'm sure that our participants wait for it too. They are just take their breath. And before that, I want to Irina and Roman to share their maybe a little bit advisors coming to the stage to our participants before the official award, while they get your feedback today, your questions. But yes, of course, today. Yes, but after you say a few words with advice, I'm welcoming all the teams to this stage too. Please, micro. Yes.
Okay, I actually wasn't ready for this, but we like to improvise. And, you know, I'm not a startup founder, but I'm president of the university, which actually, our university is very similar to a startup because we launched it just 2 months before the war. We pivoted a couple of, not like, we are pivoting even now sometimes. And I would say that from my perspective, we're also a startup, and it was like super hard for me, for example, to pitch the university in the beginning. And entrepreneurship, it's like really hard, It is hard all the time, not only in the beginning. So when you choose a project and when you choose what to do, and if you thinking about launching your startup, my main advice is to do what you really like and to do the things that you really believe in. Because, trust me, it will be hard all the time, but at the same time, it is really beneficial because, when you see the results of your job, really, it's like your small baby. So. My main advice, just try to do what you love and you will succeed. And don't be afraid of, we always do mistakes, but at the same time, it's the only way how we can learn. So don't be afraid of mistakes, fail fast. This is very well-known advice, but it's really good.
Thank you, Ira. Roman,
who wants to share the advices?
Thank you. Thank you, Irina. Thank you, Jane. Thanks to all the teams who participated today. And that's a very important event for us because, technology is something that drives humanity. Technology is something that helps us, helps Ukraine, and technology is something which basically shapes the future. So by developing your products, by thinking on your ideas, by developing technologies and thinking how to apply them, you are the ones who basically shape the future which will come tomorrow and sometime in the future. So that's perhaps the best way to apply your time and your knowledge. And I'm happy that you know, the Ukrainian ecosystem is growing. We are not just trying to utilize all the kind of traditional strengths that we used to have when we spoke about business, you know, soil and hardworking people. Now we can also speak about smart people who developed great technologies and who can compete globally. So thanks and good luck to all.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, guys, if you're ready, I will do that for this moment. First one, I want to invite here Team Parostock. Those attendees who are here, of course. And you can live here, of course. Meters feet. No, live at the stage, please. Meters feet. Where are the guys? I don't know. Okay. Veronet. Sophia. Vitalis Lacto. Anastasia. Solarind. Yay. We have a great gender equality today. Critical hydrominerals calculator, Maria. I know that your teammates are online and supports you. And meters feet, I don't know where they are, but you are here today too with us. I also want to invite Roman and Irina and all of you to the stage to have a great photo all together. And also, while you're attending, guys, I want to share that not only certificates today will be assigned for you as this at this end or the beginning of your journey. We are also giving you guys from SET University an opportunity to attend our MicroMasters program by your choice during the next 2 years. And from our dear partners from InScience, you will get the tickets to InScience conference, the biggest conference which popularizes science in Ukraine and brings together these innovators, deep tech startups next month in September 7 and 8. Yes, in Kyiv. А у нас микс. Это... Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for all of you.